Good morning and welcome to the Porch broadcast. This morning we want to talk a little bit about religion, and not something I spend a lot of time talking about on the videos, but it's a subject that I just kind of felt impressed I'd like to talk about this morning. And one of the questions that come to mind when I think about religion, does it serve any kind of a purpose? And the answer to that is yes. And then another question comes to mind: do we need religion? And the answer to that is we've always had religion, very likely going to always have religion, at least as long as we're here on this physical and mortal plane that we live on, Earth. So let's see if we can look into religion and understand its value. And I think in the process, we're going to also understand that there are some dangers in religion. Religion comes in many different forms, and I've studied religion for somewhere around 40 years now, different types of religion, and particularly the Christian religion, because that's the one that I personally adhere to. But there's just dozens of different denominational Christian beliefs, and I've studied that to understand why that is, and I do have some understanding about that, but I don't want to go into that today. What I want to go into is an area that kind of sparked my curiosity, I guess I might say. The other day I was listening to a fellow that was talking about some of the occultic religions and what they believe. And they believe some pretty far out there things, almost unbelievable. Now, that could be said about lots of religions, but I want to talk about the occult religion for a few minutes, and then we'll go another direction. Anyway, the guy that was interviewing this fellow that had a lot of experience and written books about this type of thing, and he asked this guy, he said, well, do you believe in any of that stuff? And what he said next is something that we should think about. He said, it doesn't matter what I believe. He said, they believe it. And he said, they're acting on it. That summed up religion pretty much in a nutshell for me. And I thought about what he said, and it occurred to me that a lot of times, and particularly in the Christian community, and we'll get back to the occultic stuff in a minute, but in the Christian community, they make proclamations that they believe things, and I say they, let me just go ahead and say we, because I'm part of that community. We say things, we say we believe things, and in a lot of cases, people don't act on those things. I would say this: if you really truly believe something, really truly believe something, you'll act on it. For instance, if somebody said to you, I am going to put $1,000 in the glove box of your car, and it's yours, all you have to do is go out there and get it. Well, you would determine pretty fast whether somebody believed that or not, because they would probably get up right then and there and go to the glove box of their car if they believed it. And if they didn't believe it, they'd probably just laugh or just go on watching TV or doing whatever it is they're doing. So in the Christian community, I hear a lot of people say, well, I believe this and I believe that, and I believe you should love your neighbor, and I believe you should do good, and they don't act on that. I have met some pretty disappointing people, and I'm not going to call them Christians because I don't believe they are, but disappointing people that say that they're Christians, and they have given that Christianity a black eye. And so let's move to the occult concept. Well, let's stay on Christianity just a few more minutes. If you believe in loving your neighbor, praying for your enemy, and all those things that the Christians believe in, you'll act on that. And if you act on that, it makes the world a better place. Now, let's talk about the occult. A lot of times in occults, and I'm thinking of one particular group of occultics that I know about, that I've studied about for years, they believe that they are special. They are the elite or the elect. And so therefore, anybody that's not a part of their group or family, they look at you as servants or slaves. You have no real value. They have value. You're just here for them. That's pretty dangerous religion right there, isn't it? Something to think about. Well, those people are out there, they're acting on what they believe in. But let's talk about what you believe in. You may say, well, Paul, I'm an atheist. Well, that atheism is a religion. I can go into why I say that, but I won't. And you act as if there's no God. Fine. How far are you going to carry that? And then you think, well, I'm going to do good by other people. I'd say, why? If you don't believe there's no God, I'm going to leave that right there for now. Let's go into the Christian side of it again. Or, yeah, let's go into the Christian side of it a little bit more. Christianity tells us to do what's right. It tells us to make the world a better place to live in. If you're one of those Christians that your life doesn't align with those ideals, you're probably not a Christian. If you're self-centered, selfish, just want what you want out of life, and you're not willing to help other people, you're probably not a Christian. Now, if you're one of the occultists that believe that other people are just there for your use, you're a terrible person. And if you act on that, you're going to hurt me. What am I saying? I'm saying religion could be used two different ways. Pretty much the same with everything. It can be used for good, or it can be used for evil. Now, let me tell you a little something about religion. Religion is this. It is a powerful factor in our lives. It holds much sway on us. Because of that, it's a very good idea to weigh what it is you believe and weigh the outcome, because there will be an outcome to it. If that outcome is evil, you are most definitely headed down the wrong road. If that outcome is good, improve on what you're doing. Do better. Be a better person. If your religion is toward just getting you what you want, you might want to rethink that. All right, guys, I'm not going to go too far in this. This has been a tough subject for me, and I've studied it for over 40 years. I'm seeing some things that are transpiring that bother me greatly, and I'm going to talk on those things more as we go, but I'm just kind of getting our feet wet. We're just kind of wading into this thing. Off and on throughout this coming year, I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. Now, one of the things that I am doing, I'm still studying religion, but I want to do a documentary at the end of the year, maybe sometime in January or February of next year, on religion again. A very thorough documentary, as much as I know how. This will be interesting. I think there will be some sad things in it, and there'll be some really good things. Maybe we can walk away with knowing how to use the good things and reject the things that are not good. All right, guys, we here at Porch love you. We want the best for you. May God bless, and have a good day.